Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Fire Force Season 2, Episode 18, where last episode we kind of wrapped up that little arc we were on with Nataku and stuff like that. Nataku is now being watched after by Korono. They have some kind of warped relationship, but it seems to work for the two of them, so I guess if that's okay with Nataku, if that helps him with his own mental instability to have Korono, who is someone that expects nothing of him and doesn't want him to achieve anything, and that's exactly what Nataku wants, then, it is what it is. But we had Charon being a badass, absorbing a massive attack and stuff like that. It was great. I'm glad he's still alive. I want him to convert to the good side and be best buddies from now on with all our characters because he's too cool. But yeah, we teamed up with Hajima. Is that what it was? I believe it was. But yeah, and they are going to be supplying resources to help Vulcan create a power source that doesn't rely on someone with an Adola burst. So I wonder how that's going to go. I don't know if even in the span of this show, if we're going to see him be successful. It could be something way down the road, but they have a bunch of resources and stuff like that. It doesn't seem like they're on the white clad side, so their investigation seems to be concluded there. So where do we go from here? Obviously we still have the white clad to deal with and all that, so yeah, I'm interested to see where we go next. Like, what do we have left? We already investigated the Holy Soul Temple. We investigated Hajima, which is like the other big part of this empire and everything. So, guess we'll have to watch the episode and find out. We're gonna start here, guys, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Fire. Oh, Infernals. Their facial animations seemed more detailed than usual on Obi and on Sister. Actually, the animation is looking, in general, better this episode, which is interesting. Maybe I'm just crazy. Is she having doubts? Yep. As someone who is not very religious at all, I don't really classify myself as anything, I'm not like, there's a lot of people like, I'm agnostic, or I'm atheist, and stuff like that when they say they're not religious at all. I'm just kind of like, I don't believe in anything like that. Like, if you want to call me something, you can decide what you want to call me. I just don't care, but I can definitely see, as someone who's already skeptical about all that stuff, when you get this kind of information, how it could rock your your core, everything you grew up learning and stuff like that. I really like this song. That one lady in like that full white outfit that has like some real nice cleavage seems like a way too close to a KKK outfit. Just saying. She's got like the full white like cloak on, and then like it's like a full head cover like cone kind of thing. It's not quite what they wear, but it's very. Oh, holy woman's anguish. Oh. Are we getting a sister episode kind of thing? Hmm. They have to baptize their equipment, huh? Yay! Church date with sister. Oh my god, his face. I keep forgetting her name, Iris, and then I have to like remember it. Oh, look at those guns. Power Cobra. Supple upper arm. Oh my god. That's an off limits upper arm. Oh, Shinra. But my brain just is. I watched so much Black Clover for so long that every time I hear sister, my immediate thought after that is Lily, Sister Lily from Black Clover. Uh, so it's like, and then it just makes me be like, wait, no, that's not her name. I wouldn't be surprised if there were several times throughout the series I accidentally said Sister Lily. Because I caught myself almost saying it several times, which means I probably accidentally almost said it a bunch of times. Hmm. She's kind of forcing it a little more than she used to. Her eyes. That sister in the background, her eyes just look dead. She looks like the kind of nun that beats you with a. beats you with a ruler. Hey, this guy. He's the one that lost an arm, right? Ah. Ah, damn. Can't blame people. Until you find out that the evangelist is the sun. Man, I can't wait to like eventually we are gonna confront the evangelist, I feel like, right? And then like fight the person and find out maybe who it is and their past and stuff. Oh. I don't know if we're gonna get it this season. It doesn't feel like it. But I'm excited to see it someday. Man, so he doesn't even have like a. Do they not have prosthetics in this world or anything? Or maybe he doesn't want one? Hmm. Are these the feelings he got when he linked uh to that guy that I can't remember his name? I apologize. Hmm. Where do you want to go, sister? Ah. Yeah. That's clever. Well, I was gonna. For some reason, I thought it might have been Hibana. Is she gonna be like right there? Yeah. Gonna talk to her about her doubts. That face. It does sting to see someone kind of lose what they believe in, right? Uh, could that be part of her concern? Oh shit. Is there Infernal? I hear fiery. Yep. Oh shit. Sister, let's get some prayers going. Put him to rest. Uh, Hitting close to home. Hmm. Another person having doubts. Well, that's not gonna help Iris's convictions. That impulsive smile. Yeah. Damn. Aw. That's true. Her name is Iris. It is a different kind of flower. Oh, that was really nice. Yeah, the one thing I noticed is she said, when she was talking about sunflowers, she said himawari. Which is Boruto's sister, which I'm guessing is the word that when she was saying it was sunflower. Muscle, muscle. Oh. Oh. You know what's really weird? Like, a few seconds before that, the way that she was looking behind Shinra, I got, like, vague vibes of the first pillar in that moment, and then he had flashes of that, too. It was, like, weird that it both happened at the same time. Oh shit, who's this? Who are you? The Man Assault. It's really interesting. I guess it's like different chapters. Oh, this is the this is the guy that fought Tamaki. Wait, isn't this the guy? Didn't they beat his face in with a pole? Oh my god. What? That's the image from the opening. What is this? Oh my god. Is he challenging her? That was my first thought too. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. It's different when it comes to... I was... The funny thing is, I was too busy laughing at that. We're just back here and he failed. Oh my god. He's embarking on new training. I was gonna say he's not gonna be able to handle it in person. Like, it's different when you see the real thing versus, you know... Oh my god. He's going into a brothel. Wait! Wait! Holy shit! That was a Soul Eater reference! I know it's the same writer. Oh my god. Oh my god, here we go. Wow! Tamaki! It's different when it comes to amateurs. Oh my god. I've never encountered a foe this formidable before. What the... What am I watching? Just nosebleed central, baby. Oh my god, he's in a windy area. Yep. Yep, this is pretty much what I expected. Oh my god, he's gonna go back again. Oh my god. What is about to happen this time? They're all like impressed with them. I like how Tamaki just keeps going there too. Oh yes. He can handle that much. What? The man imperfect. What? That's it? What happened to their fight? Oh my god. That was... I'm speechless. thing is I'm usually not a fan of fan service, but this was just downright hilarious. Just the fact that he like his plan to defeat Tamaki is to just watch an insane amount of porn. So that way he can, the female form means nothing. I've grown insensitive to it and everything. And then he just goes there and she just slips and he gets like full panty view and just done. And then he goes, he's like, you need to see it in person. So he goes to a brothel. And then, oh my god, it's so ridiculous. It was so fun. Like, and the funny thing is I was literally thinking before that segment of the episode, I was thinking, wow, this is a really, like, heavy, serious episode for Fire Force. Alright, guys, that is it for episode 18. Man, like, it's crazy how in the last, like, 3 or 4 minutes of the show, they can go from what seems to be one of the most serious episodes we've had of Fire Force into that, right? It's insane, the, like, one extreme to the other. There was another show I watched that had, like, one extreme to another where it had, like, a very serious beginning, and then, like, or maybe it was, like, a really goofy beginning and then a really serious ending, but either way, it had, like, a similar format to this, but I can't recall what it was. But yeah, first off, guys, I want to go back to it. There was a Soul Eater reference in this episode, and I'm glad I caught it. It's been a while since I watched Soul Eater. So that's him watching porn. Okay. This is him in the brothel. Yeah, that's the red hair. You don't fully get to see him. My daughter simply refuses to speak to me. And then he says, in the next line, he says, I really do love Makami, though. Yeah. That's definitely a Soul Eater reference. That's her dad. That's so funny. And he was always in places like this. That's really funny. So, I was told when I started this show, in, like, the first or second episode, I noticed, like, the skull imagery looked just like Death from Soul Eater, right? And I mentioned it in the reaction, and someone told me, like, yeah, it's made by the same, what's it called? It's made by the same mangaka, I'm pretty sure, right? Or is it the same, like, anime studio that did it? That's why things, like, either way, regardless. And I was told that there's gonna be a Soul Eater reference at some point in the show. That was so long ago though, because I was like at the beginning of the season 1. So I mean, at this point, there was like 25 episodes in season 1 roughly, and now we're 18 into this one. So that's, what is that, 43 episodes? So 43 weeks for me since then. That's quite a while. So I like I didn't really forget about it. Every now and then it like came to the back of my mind, but it wasn't something that I was actively looking for constantly. So I'm glad I managed to spot it here. That's really cool. I like that. That's funny. But yeah, okay, so before we talk more about the ending there, which was just ridiculous, I want to talk a bit about the beginning stuff, because the ending stuff was so funny. I don't think it overshadowed the beginning stuff, but it's so much easier to talk about that than the heavier stuff. But we definitely had, Iris having some thoughts this episode of kind of wondering about the way people view her, view the people that still follow the Holy Soul Temple and everything after finding out more of its origins and stuff like that. And she was also worried about the origins, kind of like how the other sister there was having issues with her faith, and like how can God take someone away that is so devout to him and stuff like that. Which, I mean, that's part of the questions I have is, when it comes to faith and people ask me like why I don't believe and stuff like that, a lot of it comes down to, well, I don't really want to believe in a higher power, because if there is a higher power and they're capable of, things that are otherworldly and stuff like that, how can they allow, friggin' rapists and pedophiles and all the terrible things that have happened in our world? Like, how can they allow that? And I know that different religions and different stuff, they all have their own reason for it to explain it and stuff like that, but it's never been enough of a reason for me, you know. But either way, she was doubting it. She was wondering how Shinra and the others felt about her and stuff like that. And I really like the way that Shinra handled it and everything. And I really like that he had that conversation with Huoyan before, and he kind of gave Shinra that line which he could use later. And I also like that he credited Huo with that and not like took it for himself kind of thing. Mentioning that the basis of your faith is believing in the sun. So the sun is still there. The sun isn't the evangelist. That's what you believe in. And I appreciate that. I liked that Shinra said that to her, because that's what I was thinking through the whole time that she was doubting and talking about believing in the evangelist and stuff like that. I was like, no, you believe in the sun. That's what your religion is based off of. So the thing is the way I view religion is a lot of it is kind of guidelines for, maybe the way I also see it as you shouldn't need those guidelines, but I see it as a way to conduct yourself, things not to do, right? So that way you don't go to hell, and some people might need that motivation of not going to hell kind of thing. I believe in just be a good person, don't be an asshole, a dick, a rapist, a murderer, any of that stuff. Have your own moral compass is the way I see it. But for those who need it, religion is there to help guide your moral compass, is kind of the way that I see it, right? And that religion there, even if it had bad, the foundation of it wasn't great, right? It's still there, and you still have your guiding principles that have guided you in your life, and you have the beliefs that you follow that guide your morals and everything, and all that is still there, so you can still believe in that, and that still exists in your heart, just because. And as long as you don't let those morals dictate you, as long as the evangelist doesn't reveal themselves and say, all of you holy soul believers now have to follow me and help me massacre the world, right? As long as you're okay, no, that's not what I believe in, and you separate yourself from that, then you're good. Obviously, if you're so devout in your beliefs that you have to go follow the evangelist now, that's not good, right? You need to think for yourself as well. So, I also really liked the moment where Shinra told her that she's kind of the sunflower of the eighth that, guides them to the sun and everything. I thought that was very beautiful and poetic, and, in her reaction and everything. I still can't get over when they were riding on the bike. They must have animated it in a way that, brought that thought forward from me, because I couldn't help but seeing her face behind Shinra and thinking of the first pillar, and then all of a sudden Shinra thought of the first pillar 2 seconds later, and that just blew me away. I was like, wow, that's crazy that I thought that, and then Shinra thought. Shinra hasn't really, the first pillar hasn't flashed in Shinra's mind in several episodes, so it's it's not something where it's constantly happening, so it's just a coincidence, right? There was something about that scene that really drove him to picture that, and something about it drove me to picture it too. And I think that's incredible animating and storytelling, that they can make me flash the same thing as a character without just having to shove it in my face and be this is what he's thinking, right? And it's why would he think that there? It's no, I thought it too, so what is going on? I wonder if there's more to that or not. Because obviously there's the striking resemblance of her, but is it just like, did the first pillar just choose to use Iris's image in his mind? Because everything that was happening to Shinra was in his own head. So she could have, like, chose the imagery of someone that he cares about being Iris and corrupted it, kind of thing. Or does she really look like Iris, and there's some kind of story behind that, too? Like, did Iris have a twin that she didn't know about? Because she was, like, she was brought to that home. I don't remember what happened to her parents, but she was like, that was like an orphanage that she was staying at, right? So she either doesn't know her parents, or they died when she was really young. What if she did have a sister or something? I don't know. Like I said, it could very well just be all in Shinra's head, is that's what she looks like, kind of thing. But yeah, I wonder what we're gonna be, like, how that really is gonna tie in and everything. I'm really looking forward for that whole storyline to unfurl and everything, with more of the pillars and their plan and all that. But I absolutely love this episode. This actually, like, the last arc was, like, good. You know, I liked it with Korono and Nataku and stuff like that. I like that something from season 1, that kid that had the bug in him came back and everything. But there were aspects of it that just, like the fight didn't, like, except for the Charon parts, right? That part was awesome for me. But the rest of the fights weren't as, like, exciting for me. Like, watching Maki and them, like, have a tug-of-war battle kind of thing with the dolls wasn't, like, as hype as some of the other fights have been for me. Even when they, like, when the dolls were down and she had to, like, fight with her fists, it's still, like, I do like when she went after Archer. That was also, or Arrow. That was also a really cool moment where she, like, stayed up in her space so she couldn't shoot. That was really neat as well. But yeah, there was something about that little mini arc that we just had that, like, I wasn't super in love with it, but I didn't hate it either. It was just kind of there, right? But this episode is one of my favorites in a while. Like, I'm trying to think about, like, before all that. Maybe, like, I really liked when we got more Joker and they were, like, infiltrating and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. But either way, I don't want to tear down other episodes, because I love all of this show, right? I don't want to tear down other parts of this show to, like, raise this one up, but I absolutely loved this episode. I loved the way they handled Iris's faith and everything. So, and then that ending bit was just like, hey, we gave you a bit of heavy shit, guys, so let's just give you some hilariousness. And it didn't even, like, I don't even know, like, are we gonna go into the next the next episode and see the result of that? Or is it just, like, was that just, like, a bit of comic relief and we just ended there, right? But it was just hilarious bringing Assault back, which I thought they made him pass out and then Iris and Tamaki beat him with a pole, I thought, but I guess maybe they didn't kill him. And I guess he just recovered from it fine. Or was that someone else? Because it even had, like, a censored bit where it, like, showed his body, but it was, like, censored because of, I assume how gory it was, kind of thing. But either way, maybe I'm thinking about the wrong person. Maybe that was someone else that we saw Iris do that with, right? But yeah. Having him show up again where he was defeated by her lewdness, her what was it called? What's her lucky lechery ability? He was defeated last time, so I know I already said this, but the idea that his solution to that problem is to just watch so much porn that there's no way he could confront her again and have it affect him, because he's seen the female form in every shape, twist, bend, fold imaginable. And, like, he confronts her and just instantly defeated. and then he goes and, you know, now I need to see it in person. That's the problem, right? And and nope, not enough. Like he dealt with professionals. It's different when you see an amateur, you know. And so he goes and he has to see it in the wild, see the wind blowing of unsuspecting people, you know. And then he's like, okay, I finally mastered it. Uh, and it just is like, and then like we don't really get to know because like it's still framed at the end there, but he did one of the things he said at the very end. He said, no matter how often I try, there's no chance of me winning this fight. It's different when it comes to an opponent I like. So is it just that he likes her, you know? Like, and I love that as he's saying that, I actually didn't really realize this before, but it's different when it comes to an opponent I like. I paused it there so I could just read the line and stuff like that. And in the background is just Tamaki with her skirt blown up and you can see her panties. It's just such ridiculous shit, guys. But it was pretty damn hilarious. So I guess I didn't realize he said, I think I was too busy laughing and talking. I didn't realize he said there's no chance of me winning. So I guess it's just that no matter what, he likes her too much to give it his all. So I guess the moral of that fight is he probably lost. Like he probably threw in the towel. Like maybe he was able to fight, but maybe he wasn't able to go as serious as he normally was and lost. And that's going to be it. We're probably not going to see any of it in the next episode. It's probably just Tamaki won and went back, and that's that, you know? So, friggin' ridiculous. Like, it's insane that we went from that first part of the episode to this. I just still can't get over it. But, guys, it was really funny. And the earlier part was really impactful and good and had a serious note to it. They threw a little bit of, like, humor in there, like, a little bit. But, for the most part, I'm glad they took that topic, that conversation, and everything very serious. So that's going to be it from me. I very much enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon where you can see 2 episodes ahead of time on there. Link to that is in the description if you want to support the channel. That's there. It's a way to help support me and what I do here. Or just watching the videos, subscribing, liking, all that stuff is very impactful too. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.